Hey guys, how are you? I hope all of you are fine. So today I'm going to review this Godox TT600 flash, and I should probably just start unboxing and let's see what's inside. Now before I should unbox this Speedlite, I should tell you that Godox TT600 flash is same as the Flashpoint Zoom R2 Speedlite. So you can say that this is the review of Godox TT600 as well as Flashpoint Zoom R2 Speedlite. So let's start unboxing this and let's see what's inside. So that is the actual Speedlite, and I'm assuming there should be a manual in it and a diffuser in it. I don't know what's inside, but let's see what's inside. So that's pretty much it. There is nothing inside it. I should just place it here. So there is the manual. Godox is basically a Chinese brand, so the language will be in Chinese as well as in English, because English is a standard language. We'll look about that in a minute. It's a QC pass code that it passed the quality control test. Just the same. Some silica gel to keep it unhumid. And that is the warranty card. I'm not sure about it's functional or not, but it's in Chinese again. It is in Chinese, and anyway, that is it. These are just the supplements. What matters is that what's inside this box. So that is the Speedlite, and there is no diffuser in it. It just comes up with this little tiny stand, you can say, for Speedlite. Okay, so that is the Speedlights. That is the Speedlite, I'm sorry. And the safety sticker is still on. Obviously there will be, because it's new. Same here. And that is the overall shape. That is the diffuser, the bounce card. So what I like about this stand is that the foot is metal. So when you mount it on your tripod or your light stand, it doesn't scratch off. So it's quality build, you can say. So as far as build quality is concerned, it looks solid, doesn't vibrate. For the coverage angle, it goes about 0 degree to about 90 degree. Now I have other Speedlights as well, which is Shani 700 and Shani 910 plus, which goes a little bit forward, you can say from 0 to 94 or 95 degrees, but it just goes from 0 to 90 degree. 0 degree, 90 degree, and obviously it rotates about 360 degree as well. So now the cells are here. Let's just put this in and see what's inside. The menus. Now negative inside, positive outside. Negative inside, positive outside, and now the opposite. Positive inside, negative outside. The lever is solid, it just, I liked it, this one. So press it in, move it forward, and it's ready. And let's see how the menus are. So the noise you're hearing is because when the flash turns on, it goes from 200 millimeter back to 20 millimeter. That is the noise. It's basically the motor swinging forward and backward. See, it's quite powerful because it's at half power. The cycle time is about 3 seconds. It's written in the manual, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, about 3 seconds. And what I like about this flash is that the dial is really smooth. Zero F means it's not functional. See, it won't work. Now, the dial is really smooth. I really liked it. It's unlike the shiny flashes. Now the command dial for the shiny flash is really bit wobbly, you can say. It's not smooth, but the dial of this Godox TT600 flash is really smooth and I really loved it. Now testing the cycle time for this flash again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can say about 3.5 seconds at full power. And on half power, it's going to be less than a second, I guess. 1, 2, okay, 1.5 to 2 seconds. And at 1/4 power, it's going to be way less than that. I think way less than 1 second. Okay, let's test it out. 1, it's not even 1 second. It's about, I think, 0.4 seconds. No, it's actually quite less than that. It's about 0.2 seconds. See, now you have to be careful. At large power, you just don't have to just press this button and test this flash, because you can overheat your flash quite easily. Okay, so that was pretty much it for the cycle time, and let's go inside the menus and see what it has. See, it went from 200 millimeter back to 20 millimeter. That was the noise I told you about. Okay, so these are the menus. From changing group and channel, it's only useful when you have a Godox trigger. It can only fire from a Godox trigger, not any brand, because Godox supports Godox, Shiny supports Shiny, Yongnuo supports Yongnuo. That's pretty much it. So this button allows you to change from the modes, which it only has 2 modes, manual and the multi. On manual, you can change the power according to your needs, and on multi it will flash at a specific frequency and at specific number of times. So telling you a bit about this multi mode, that is the power at which it's firing. You can change the power by rotating this dial. It only goes to 1/4 because it cannot produce the light at half power or at full power, because at multi the flash is just firing and firing and firing and firing. So keeping it at its lowest power, so the flash should not have to work hard. Okay, so now let's talk about the multi-mode. What multi-mode does is basically it fires at specific number of times and at a specific frequency. So that is the frequency, which is 12 Hz, and that is the number of times it's going to fire, which is 1, so it will fire only once. See, it only fired once. So now in order to change that number, we just have to press that number and rotate the dial. It will change the frequency. Now it's at 199 Hz. Hertz is basically cycles per second. So at 18 Hertz, it means it will fire 18 times per second. Press that button again and it will come back to the number of cycles and the number of flashes. Now this number depends on this number, because there is a specific safe limit for the flash that it can work at. It cannot work way above its limit. So now it's at 100 and the frequency is 1 Hz. So if I change the frequency, the number of flashes are going to be reduced. And let's see how it does. Now it's at hertz, and I will rotate this dial, and you will see that this number will become less and less and less. See, 9 hertz, it 80, 18, it become 50, and at 199 hertz, the number of times are reduced to 40. So now I don't want this flash to fire at 40 times, I want it to be way less. Press this button, it will blink to 40, and this rotates this dial back to, let's just do it for 4, and you can count the flashes, they will be 4. Okay, so now testing it for 4 flashes at 1 hertz. I'll press down this test button and I will hold that button, and it's at 4, so it will fire 4 times at 1 hertz. 1 hertz means 1 flash for 1 second. 2 hertz means 2 flashes for 1 second. It's at 1 hertz, so it will fire 1 flash for 1 second. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. See, the beep is tell that now it's over. So now testing it for 2 hertz. Press the middle button, rotate the dial. Now it's at 2 hertz. Now at 2 hertz, it's going to be flashing 2 times per second. Press the button. See, now it flashed 4 times at 2 hertz. That means the whole duration it is going to be for 2 seconds, because there are 4 flashes to be fired. See, so that's pretty much it about the multi-mode. Now switching it back to manual mode, because this flash is going to be used on manual all the times. At manual, you just rotate the dial and the power will be increased or decreased as per your requirement, that much it. Now to see whether the flash is manual or it is ITTL, I am going to tell you a sweet trick. So you just don't have to ask that whether this flash is auto or manual. Now I am going to tell you a little trick about this flash, in that in order to know whether this flash is auto or it is manual, you just have to see the bottom of this flash. Now you can see there is only one terminal, so that means it's single firing pin. It will not offer you automatic controls or ITTL on Nikons and ETTL on Canons. So that's pretty much it for the manual mode. Now I will tell you about the other modes, which are S1 mode, S2 modes, and the radio trigger obviously. So in order to activate that, you just have to hold that mode button. Now this signal will appear and you just have to rotate the dial. See M, now the flash is in master mode. It can trigger other flashes. Rotating the dial once again and it's in S mode. Now the S stands for slave mode, and now you will see that the lights are now blinking, which is going to basically detecting whether you're going to trigger it with a remote, which is a Godox X1T, or using an optical slave system. Now since it is in S mode, it's basically on default goes to the triggered mode via the Godox trigger. So in order to change the group, you just have to press this button and it will change the group, as you can see right here. Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, Group E, and back to Group A. So that was it for the group. Now in order to change the channel, you just have to press and hold down this button. The channel will bring. Now you can just rotate it all the way to 31, I think. 32. So you can use 32 channels with A, B, C, D, E groups. So that was pretty much it. The signal will appear, rotate the dial, it's in master mode. Now it's in slave mode. See, the lights are blinking. Rotating once again, it switched back to manual mode. Now in order to disable that, you just press and hold this button and it will disappear. Now the flash is in complete manual mode. Now if you want to change the zoom angle, just press this button once, rotate the dial and it goes back to 200 millimeter and now back to 24 millimeter. Now I want you guys to tell that why there is a zoom function on that flash. So basically what zoom does is that it concentrates the light beam. So if it is at 20 millimeter, that means the flash is going to be a lot wide. The flash will go in this angle, which is really wide, so you will get a wider light of beam. And at 200 millimeter the flash is going to be really narrow. So if you are on an event where the ceiling is really high, so you just have to change the focal length from 20 millimeter to 200 millimeter, so the light goes way far and it's easier to bounce off. If the flash is at 20 millimeter, the light will be really far and it will just fade away really easily. Press down the function button or zoom button and rotate the dial. Now it's at 200 millimeter. Now in order to, I don't think you can see on this camera, the light beams become this way. Switching it back to 20 millimeter. Now the light beam be way wider. See, the light is just going in this direction. Switching it back to 200 millimeter. The light is going in this direction, so it becomes a little bit closer. So that was the review of the TT600 or Flashpoint Zoom R2 Speedlite review. Now I'm going to use this flash on my one of the wedding event, and so I will let you know how this flash was, whether I liked it or not. But as far as now is concerned, I really like this flash, and let's see. So that's pretty much it. If you have any question regarding this flash, you can ask me in the comment sections and I'll try my best to answer your questions. Thank you so much.